Hello, everybody. This music makes me dad. Let's see. Cool. I have ice cream, but it's not raspberry. Is it okay, or do I have to throw it in the garbage? So you have to eat it, but then you have to get another ice cream. That is raspberry. That's the rule. Hey, thanks for the sub, Trinity. Thanks for the sub, No Job. Thanks for the sub, Arcciono. Boy, what a week, huh? What a couple 2 days.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces being led by members of Foxhound. They are demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss. And they say that
Big's Bobs. Turn over the remains of Big's Bobs. Turns over the remains of Big's Bob's tits. Whoa! Thanks for the gift sub, Fresno Bob. Thanks, Trinity. It was fun. Well, it was a very busy trip to Tokyo. It takes me like 7 hours to get to Tokyo, so I'm kind of exhausted, but that's okay. I will survive through Metal Gear. Snake, tricked by liquid, enters the detonation code. Snake, mad. Why is it written like this? Snake, mad at the fact that he has been used, is told by liquid of an even more shocking fact. The Pentagon's goal from the beginning was to assassinate the terrorists and the others involved with the virus Fox dye carried by Snake to hide the facts about the development of Metal Gear. Liquid also tells Snake that they are twins. By the way, while Snake is shocked from what he has been told, Liquid finally starts controlling Metal Gear. These briefings are really funny. I need like a record of all of them. Metal Rear. We're here. We're right here. Alright, what do I got? Missiles. Snacks. Ow. Got smushed. It has a backwards laser? I don't remember that. rations on auto, it's fine. I'll eat when I need to. Wait, let's call some of our friends. My butt's bleeding.
God help us. Metal Gear is
God
moving.
help us.
Snake, it's all riding on you now. You've got to stop that thing. But how? You'll have to ask Dr.
But
Emmett,
how?
the guy who made it.
Oh, that nerd.
Snake, Rex's armor is impregnable. You can't do any damage with the weapons you've got. Rex uses the latest advances in compound armor. The only way you can pierce it is with a high-performance heat round.
So what do I do?
Rex's pilot seat operates exactly like a VR system. It's got multiple sensors connected to a high-tech interface used for the controls. It's completely self-enclosed
I was
and shut
avoiding
off from the
making a
outside
joke
environment.
there.
He's not using his naked eyes.
That's right. So if you could somehow destroy the sensors... Do you see that round plate on Rex's left arm?
Yeah, that thing that looks like a shield.
That's a radome. If you can destroy that thing, you won't
Radome.
be able to use its electronic equipment.
So he'll be blinded.
Yeah. Try to hit that radome with a Stinger missile.
So will that
I'll hit
stop
your
it?
radome
No.
with my Stinger
Rex
missile.
was designed so it can be controlled manually, too.
Meow.
Oh, great.
The part that looks like a beak is where the pilot seat is. In an emergency, it will open up.
A
Rex's
beak?
armor is perfect.
guess
you
so.
can't destroy it.
You
Never
told
really-
me that already.
But the interior is a different story.
Never really saw it as a beak, but
First I
okay.
destroy the radome. That will force him to open up the pilot's seat.
Right. If you can shoot a missile into the cockpit, you'll destroy the computer control system.
You intentionally designed it with a weak point?
It's not a weakness.
Kiss over the codec.
More like a weakness. People and weapons just aren't very appealing without a weakness of some kind. Don't you think?
I guess so.
My weakness
I owe
is
you one,
handsome,
Archon.
buff men with headbands. How you doing, Merle? Yeah, okay.
It probably uses some kind of electronic targeting equipment, similar to a tank. If you use chaff, you should be able to confuse it for a little while.
Why isn't Miller answering my phone calls?
Snake, there's nothing I can do to help you. All I can do is cheer you on. Do it for me, Snake.
I'll do it for you, Maylene. No one else. Ow! What happened to my rations?
No! Snake! Get off, Snake! Snake!
What happened to my rations? Why did he unequip them? I had like 4 at least. Yeah, sorry about that, Maylene. Guess I lied. The little puddles of blood I leave behind. Right in the pee-pee.
Did that do it?
That's it. We're done. It's game over.
Damn!
Nice try, Snake!
Thank you. Damn. Hey, it's that ninja. He's got a face now.
Hurry! Get away!
Rules
Gray
of
Fox.
nature.
A name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat. So it is you. You look terrible, Snake. You haven't aged well.
Hey,
I'll send you
I look
back
great.
to hell!
Hotter than ever. Hey, thanks for the raid. Hello, hello. I love Metroid.
Fox, why? What do you want from me? I'm a prisoner of death. Only you can free me. Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you. Naomi? You're the only one who can stop her. No, I can't. Why? Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I
Yikes.
was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. Oh, I felt so bad that I decided
I
to take her
felt
with
so
me.
bad.
I raised her like she was my own blood, to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother. Fox. Outwardly, we may have seemed like contented brother and sister. But every time
What's
I
Liquid
looked into
doing?
her eyes, I trembled with fear.
Just stomping around back there.
Tell her for me. Tell
Like,
her
hurry
that
up,
I was
guys.
the one who did it.
There you are!
Sounds like Wesker. There you are.
Time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving. Fox!
Dude, this is freaking cool as crap. I love it. Twin snakes forever. Man, he got this. I don't have to do anything. Still got one arm. Oh.
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use royal harriers.
Fox!
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
A cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal! He destroyed the radome.
I was gonna destroy that radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox. But now you're finished!
Now, fire the stinger!
Fox! Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Yeah, well,
In front of
he's
you
gonna
is
die
no
anyway.
good. I can't do
finally
it. Die.
You can do it.
It's no good. I can't do it.
Just fire,
It's no good.
just
I can't do it.
fire right at him.
The battle.
No,
Neither
I
truly
can't do
alive,
it.
nor
I can't
truly
shoot.
dead.
I can't do
An
it.
undying
No,
shadow
I
in a
can't
world
do it.
of
Whoa.
light. But soon it
Yeah,
will
it's
finally
definitely-
I
end.
can't do it.
You can't do it. Well, great, Snake. Now he's gonna get smushed.
Die! Fox!
Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting
can't
was
shoot.
the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for
That's why Snake kept going,
in.
I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it.
Snake. Farewell.
Fox!
Box!
Foolish man! When death is entreated, the battle is decided. You see, you can't protect anyone.
Oh my god,
Not
his
even
butt looks so
yourself.
big in that shot. I can't protect anyone. Look at that. Look at that booty. So glad he finally has a butt.
Die!
Get up there and punch him in the face, man. Whoa, weird
There
camera
you
angle.
are.
There you are. This is like almost the exact same voice recording as Wesker. My babe.
I saw it in President Baker's top secret files. Rex has a free electron laser mounted on its belly.
On its
It's a
belly.
laser weapon that discharges a laser beam into an electron beam that's been accelerated using giant magnets. It can generate an incredible amount of energy.
Otacon, how do
Pretty close
magnets
to
work?
100 megawatts. That's 10 times greater than any other laser out there.
Colonel, Fox is dead.
I know. God rest his soul. Even a soldier needs more to live for than just fighting. Maybe if he had found something else, he wouldn't have been so haunted.
He was too simple, too pure. There was nothing in this world for him to believe in. So he chose to believe only in himself.
I guess you're right. A man like Fox.
It's not a very nice thing to say about someone after they die.
Yeah.
He was too
But if
simple.
you ask me,
That's why he died.
there's no happiness to be gained in death. No peace either. I'm gonna leave here alive.
want that too.
We all want Snake alive. Master!
Use your stinger missiles carefully. If you run out, you'll have no
But
chance.
Nastasha, there's an infinite supply of them in the corner.
If Rex steps on you, it'll be all over. Be very careful when he gets close.
If you can shoot a Stinger missile directly into the cockpit, maybe you can
Directly
destroy
into
it.
the cock.
Come on, Snake. Win.
Snake, there's nothing I can do to help you. All I can do is cheer you on. Win, Snake, win!
Don't jinx me, Mei Ling. You know what happened last time? Such a dork. I see you! Oh! I got. Ah! There you are!
Snake! I'll crush you into dust!
Oh, Camp Clark is the best. They're all the best. What a freaking incredible voice cast.
Sleeping late as usual.
Wow.
Eh, Snake?
Nice shoulder blades. They look like
You're
they're trying to
still
escape
alive.
your body.
I won't die. As long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just trying to pee out the
Just
fire.
because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I'm done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict shall breed conflict. New hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand.
Violence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
In the end, it has to be this way.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't that reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie. So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you?
Father
Why did
knew
you
literally
come here?
nothing.
Well, I'll tell you
Liquid,
then.
our dad had one brain cell, and it was used to think about calorie mates.
You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it?
Bro, this
Haven't
was
you
a
already
no-kill run,
killed
didn't you
most of
see?
my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face as you delivered the coup de grace.
What?
Oh, it reflected such vitality.
Hey!
You're wrong.
That was fake.
There is a killer inside
That was AI
you.
generated.
You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Where did my shirt go?
Created.
You just take a shirt off so
Les
you could
enfants
match.
terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible.
Liquid took it
The
off.
person that they chose
Take
as the
off your
model
shirt,
was a
brother.
man known then as the greatest living soldier
Men don't
in
wear
the world.
shirts.
Big boss.
But father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg
Super
with
baby
one of father's
method.
cells, and then let it divide into 8
Super
clone
babies need the
babies.
most
Then
attention.
they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets.
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed
about-
to make us.
What about Gorge?
We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So, it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his
Big
genetic
Boss is like
legacy.
the
But
Genghis
unlike
Khan
us, they carry it digitally.
bio soldiers.
With the completion of the Human Genome Project in the last century,
His
the
DNA is
mysteries
just
of humanity
everywhere,
were
all
laid
over the
bare.
place.
Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted using gene therapy into the members of the next generation special forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing right and left.
I have not
are
killed any
our
of them,
brothers with the
sir.
same genes as ours.
The Genome Soldiers.
Just gave them nappy time.
They are misshapen creatures, artificially produced from Father's genetic pattern. They are our blood brothers.
Liquid is such a
And
daddy's
they were
boy.
born of many an ultimate sacrifice.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments.
Huh?
1991, the Gulf War. The military
I like that
secretly
Liquid
injected
tied up Snake
soldiers
just
with
so
the
you had to
soldier
listen to his big
genes.
long
The
monologue.
Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning
Solid
soldiers
Snake is a
complained
mama's
about
boy.
was
He
a
loves to
side
hug his
effect of
mama.
it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to pesticides and radiation from depleted uranium rounds.
Everyone knows that. Common knowledge.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First, they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical, biological weapons. The poison gas detection units,
Doing okay there,
anti-sarin
Dolphin?
injections,
I mean
they
GameCube?
were all just to cover up the secret genetic experiments.
So
Wow,
the
why is
so-called
it struggling
Gulf
with
War
this?
babies that have been reported
We're
by
getting,
Gulf
like,
War veterans are
1 FPS here.
Yes, they
It's
too
historical
are our
footage
brothers and
is too much for
sisters.
it.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Emulator
Success? Don't be
got
a
bored. It was
fool.
just starting to
They're
fall
a complete
asleep.
failure. We're on the verge of
It
extinction.
got Gulf War
What?
syndrome.
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry.
Doesn't matter, you gotta tell me
Those
about it
species
anyway.
which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem, signs of symmetry. So do I, as do you. That's right.
If Liquid
We are
has the
all on the verge
recessive
of
genes,
death
how
at
does
the
he have such
genetic
beautiful
level.
eyelashes?
We don't know when or what
That's how he
type of
should have
disease
known.
will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? Because it increases the chances that shared genes will be transmitted to future generations. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. That we will help our blood relatives is inscribed in our very genes.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell
But
me.
Liquid, we're sterile.
And then
We
I'm
can't
going
make
to
babies.
go beyond in order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you.
Liquid, that goes against your entire speech you just said.
Look behind you.
Meryl?
She's just napping.
Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl?
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name?
I have a name.
No. We have no past, no future.
Bisexual.
If we did, our fate is nothing.
That's his
but what is
future and his
determined
past.
in the genes we inherited from our father.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you
Wait, go
ask
back,
your
the parentheses
precious
were too
Colonel
fast.
Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to
Dummy
vaporize
thick.
all the evidence, along with anyone who knows anything.
Gonna drop a
Don't worry,
nuclear
Snake.
bomb to
I'll stop the nuclear
vaporize the
strike.
dummy thick.
How?
To vaporize
I may
my
be
dummy
only a
thick.
figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Yikes.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. Huh? What are you doing?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it!
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of
I forgot
duty.
about this guy.
This is the Secretary of
Jim
Defense,
House
Jim
Man.
Houseman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest. for
Are you
leaking
a house or a
top-secret
man?
information
Answer
and
me.
For the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he is a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
Are you related to Hot Cold Man?
Bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
The President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists
House Jim
exploded a nuclear device.
Damn it!
Man-
You'll be murdering
man,
everyone
Jim
here.
House.
The scientists, the Genome Army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA
That little
chief,
peeing
is
nerd in
already
the
dead.
locker.
So you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. You're just the lingering ghosts of a system that is no more. Well, do try to get along in the time you have left before the bomb.
Oh, there's no way out for us.
Are you
Let's
listening to my
finish
phone
this
call?
before
Rude.
the airstrike. You stole everything from me.
Secretary Defense Man.
I shall nullify you and your genes, and I will take them all back. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? This will be the time limit for our final
Solid
battle.
Snake Man. Snake Solid
When
Man.
death comes for this
Man
girl,
Solid Snake.
this nuclear module shall vanish from this world as well. If you win, you might still be able to save her.
God, look at his butt.
You
So
could
nice.
enjoy one brief moment of love before the end.
No, don't worry. I got a whole future love ahead of me. Solid butt man.
And if you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it'll kill even you.
Everybody loves Otacon. Everyone just fights over him.
Snake!
Subs?
Hi YouTube, thanks so much for the sub.
What's that?
Yeah, idiot. What's that? Oh, I got his little tago. I stole his dog tags, his precious dog tags. Pretty boy. This fight is so funny because it's so like,
Better
God,
hurry! It's going to blow!
he hits hard. It's just like, it's like actual, it's like the most brothers fight possible. What's wrong, Snake? What's wrong with you? He bounces off the wall. Oh my
Better
god.
hurry. It's going
Shut
to
up. Ah! I step on his hands. Dude, how do I dodge that? You're out. Oh no. Well. I always hit the wrong button. It's going to oh. He dropped himself. Oh, you can heal. That's right. It's good to know. Forget how to crouch. Oh, there we go.
What's wrong?
Oh gosh, dang it! Why
Better.
I don't know why the I feel like the button is so weird because I hit the most upward. I hit like X because it's like the most upward facing button, and I assume it'll pull me up, but it does not. Yeah, I'm also playing on an Xbox controller, so that might mess it up.
Is that all you?
Oh, can I break that if he tries to charge me? Gosh dang it.
Better hurry! It's going to blow!
Dude, I want his dog tag again. Oh, maybe I still have it. He like, it's like he immediately runs away after he tries that. There we go. You can tell they're clones because they don't have any nipples.
Snake!
I guess I'm supposed to be like a belly button, but they don't have that either. Oh no, they do have belly button. Do they have nipples? Oh, he has a nipple. No, just like a shadow. It's like they kind of thought about it, but they didn't go all the way. Sure you can.
Meryl. Bisexual. Meryl.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna puke.
So I feel when I see a dead body.
Gross.
It's rude, Snake.
Forgive me. I gave in to my fear.
Dummy
I gave in to my pain. I sold your life to save my own. I'm a loser. I'm not the hero you thought I was.
Loser, you're a loser.
I'm nothing.
Loser, Snake. Baby want a bottle? A big dirt bottle?
Meryl, I'm sorry.
Dave
Forgive
Loser
me.
Man. It's the name he has to go by now.
Can't forgive anyone anymore.
Otacon?
We can be losers
She's
together,
gone, Snake.
but I'm here.
Because of me. Bisexual.
I guess blaming yourself makes it easier, huh? Focusing on that will keep you from thinking about her death.
What the
Otacon
hell do
climbed
you
the
know?
Metal Gear.
Meryl's dead. I lost.
How did he get up
So,
there?
Are
Just
you gonna
scrambled
stay here
all the
and
way
die
up. His little
along with her?
squiggly arms.
Snake. People die. But death is not defeat. That's what Hemingway said. I lost Wolf, too. But that wasn't defeat.
I
She and I will
realized
be together forever.
I like men too.
We didn't lose anything.
We gained each other.
Together. Forever.
It's true that Wolf is dead. But our love didn't die with her.
Our love.
Life isn't just a game of win or lose. Don't you think? Let's live, Snake.
Let's love, Snake.
There's a parking garage right next door. We can get to the surface from there. Come on. I released all the security locks. It'll be okay. We can escape. You have my word on it.
Otacon.
Heck, Nanner, that is exactly
You've
what I was
changed.
thinking.
I'm through regretting the
Moe.
past. Life isn't all about loss, you know? It started. Those guys seem like they only hurry when they're destroying things. Good. Let them destroy it. But they can't destroy the human spirit.
Can't destroy our love.
Okay. Let's go. Meryl, I hope you're still watching me. You'll see if I'm a legendary man or not. Come on, hustle.
Snake, it's cold outside. You'll freeze like that.
So awkward. Give him your jacket, Otacon.
My sneaking suit.
You better hurry.
It's just the whole piece.
Hurry!
The way it just lies on the ground.
Now you look like yourself again.
Unrecognizable when shirtless. Sorry. It's the way I just can't get over the way it lies on the ground. My sneaking suit. Let's go, babe! To the babe mobile. Ooh, snack. Snacks on.
I'll take the wheel.
Got it.
Uh-oh, a surveillance camera.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, no key.
Whoa. Ow! Where'd my gun? Ah, I don't have a gun! Where'd my punchy fist?
Let's go.
Get out of my way!
Snake, climb in. Let's go.
Oh, I missed a snack!
Use the weapon button to fire. That's
Wait, can I kill people in this, or...
Snake.
I I don't have a choice, right? Ah, what's my weapon button? Wait, crap, what's the weapon? Oh, there we go. Oh my god. This is not going well. Can't freaking aim. Otacon, can you like just go? Use FPS. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. Holy crap, there's so many freaking losers. Okay, I'm gonna die. At least I can pick up that snack I missed. Ah, my eyes cracked. Otacon just sitting there. Oh, do I have to open the door? Why Otacon just tell me to shoot guys?
Hurry! I'll take the wheel.
Otacon start the car. Oh, I have to shoot the barrels? Okay. Wait, where's that snack I missed?
No key.
Hurry up! Ow.
It's got keys. Let's go.
Get in!
Snake, climb in. Let's go.
It still counts? Oh, okay. I see. Thank you.
Nothing to fire that machine gun. Shoot back with this,
The soldiers don't want to shoot Otacon. So, like, can I shoot the cars? How does this work?
Here they come!
Whoa!
Snake, do something about them!
I can shoot liquid.
Let's go! Snake, it's a here they come! Snake, do something about them!
I'm doing it!
You did it, Snake!
Better believe it. They don't... Okay. I don't think you can do that 0 damage. Those guys like shoot you immediately.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet! Liquid!
This is what you get for not having a boyfriend. You have to drive your own car. off your glasses, nerd. Holy cow. God, he's so freaking cool. Do you see headbutting him? Yet, he literally could have just punched him, but he headbutted him instead. His hands got tired. Oh no, you're falling onto my lap.
Otacon, are you okay?
I guess so.
Otacon, can you move?
His legs are
It's no
just...
use.
Oh my god, he's like bent in half! Oh my god, his spine is broken. He's like a cat. He can just do that.
Damn.
What a beautiful night.
Snake. Snake!
Shouldn't have eaten those burritos.
Fox?
Die.
Ragdolled.
Gross. If he's dead, that means...
Don't think about it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid?
Thanks for the bits,
No
Grimlock.
stealth bombers in sight.
It's how British
Snake,
people
can you
die.
hear me?
Colonel,
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 bombers have returned to the base. Once again,
Your dummy
I have
thick is
complete
safe.
authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, about Meryl.
I already know.
Colonel?
Meryl was my daughter.
What?
I didn't find out until recently. I got a letter from her mother, my dead brother's wife. I was going to tell her after this operation was over.
Colonel,
It's okay, Snake. Thanks anyway. Snake, I'm sorry I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around there.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
There's also a helicopter waiting for you at the Fox Islands.
Okay, Roy. Are you going to be okay?
Don't
Roy.
worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all of Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I'll look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die. What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling's with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi?
I heard about my brother.
Fox, no, Frank wanted to tell you something. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought on sheer willpower until the very end.
Maybe now he's finally found some peace. My brother was already dying. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar land, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I going to go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time's up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you. Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code, inscribed into their genes. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before, the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA.
Liquid's it
Because
was
I wanted to know
inscribed
who
in
I
Liquid's
was,
genes that he's gonna
where I
die
came from.
like this in a
I
snowfield.
thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything.
Oh my god, this
I
is
didn't learn
so
anything.
romantic.
Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that its genetic information
Bisexual.
houses a person's strengths or destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to
DNA
fate,
is so bisexual.
to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life.
Such a
And then-
loser.
Live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm gonna choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a
I'm
reason
gonna
to
marry
live.
that man.
From now on, I'm going to just live. exist to
The
pass
best.
down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children.
Like, I hope you
Living
didn't see
is a
that.
link to what will come.
God, hold
All life is
hands.
tethered to the future.
So he's fallen so hard for
Loving
him.
each other, teaching each new generation, then the world can change. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life.
Oh my god, Otacon must smell so bad.
Thank you, Snake.
But Snake smells just as bad, so it's fine. Yeah, it's the jet ski
Until
cave.
today,
You don't have one?
I've only lived for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now?
I want to enjoy life. I really do. How about you, Otacon?
Me? I feel like a new man.
So what are you gonna do? Continue your research?
No. Science and technology are fine, but humans are my interest now.
Men especially.
Sounds good.
The whole reason I got into science in the first place was because I was no good with people. I was scared of them. I was scared of life. I thought that I could never understand them because they're so illogical. But I've finally learned how to like people. There's no reason for me to be afraid anymore.
You and I are more alike than I thought. Bisexual.
I'm no wolf. But I'm not gonna just stand on the sidelines
What they
anymore.
have in common.
I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet. I'm not gonna hide anymore.
You're giving up your stealth camo?
Huh?
That's what they call it.
Oh, yeah.
You're giving up your stealth camo.
You can have it.
Pretty boy.
So, this is where we say goodbye to our loves as well.
That sad face he just made.
Bisexual.
Want me to drive?
No thanks. I'd rather do it myself.
No problem. Where to, Snake?
My real name is David Otacon.
I'm Hal, Dave.
Oh, that's right. Hal. Hal and Dave. That's a good one. Maybe we should take a trip to Jupiter.
So, where you going, Dave?
It just said Jupiter.
I think it's time for me to look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will you find it?
I'll find it.
Found it right now.
I
It's
know
right
I'll
behind
find
me.
it.
Dude, Otacon, freaking hold on to him. You're gonna fall off, you big idiot doofus. Saw you roll down that freaking hill.
Moe.
Don't put Moe over the warhead panel. As of 2003, there still exists more than 20,000 nuclear warheads in the world. Good stuff. Look at all these amazing people. All the most amazing humans. I love how Steve Bloom is just like rando soldier. Good for him. Johnny. Well, that was fun. I'm sad that some people don't like Twin Snakes because I think it was hilarious. It was a heck of a lot easier to play. But if you can't puke on people, then it's gonna be the worst game ever made. MGS3 is all about puking. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just like both are good, right? I do think people should play the original MGS1 if they've never played it before, but Twin Snakes freaking rocks. That's one more Metal Gear off my list. I am playing Ghost Babel next. Ghost Babel? I did the Merle ending when I played through the original, which is one of the reasons I justified doing the Otacon ending this time. Hey, thanks for the sub, Defensa. Yeah, Ghost Babel's the Game Boy one. One of the reasons I've been holding off 5 is because it's a big one, and I don't have a huge amount of time right now because of work and junk. So I'm planning on starting it after my contract is over, because hopefully I'll have time to dedicate to it and to drawing comics, because I've talked about this before, but one of the reasons I play these games so slowly is because I have like 8 million ideas for comics, and I try to like draw as many as I can. Peace Walker on crack. Hours, my goodness. I still have to play Acid 2 as well. Played MGS5 for 5 years. So it's really funny because I retweeted the Metal Gear Rex and Tears of the Kingdom, and then I had like 25 people added at me. Yes, I saw it. I appreciate it. I still have to do the VR missions. I want to try MGO, but I also haven't had time to set that up. I still have a lot of stuff. I wish I had more time to do more games, and hopefully I will before too long, but unfortunately work just kind of destroys me right now, so. Yeah, I know MGO isn't active, but I like part of it. There's like a Discord that keeps it running and everything, so.
You mustn't allow yourself to be
Puppies!
chained to fate, to be ruled
Snake's
by your
dogs,
genes.
they're back.
Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important.
All 50 of them.
The important thing is that you choose life.
Colonel,
then
what did you do to my
live.
dogs?
Yes, sir. The entire unit was
I love
wiped
him.
out. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thanks to the
yes,
vaccine.
sir.
Yes, those two are still alive.
I
The
love how
vector-
Ocelot's like never
Yes,
smoked
sir.
a cigarette, but he
Fox and I
sounds like
should
he's
become
been
activated
smoking for
soon.
80 years.
Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, there are no other records. They've all been deleted from the base's computer. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes. Yes. Liquid is dead. The inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Of course, the other one thinks so too.
No, Liquid's dead.
Yes,
It's fine.
sir. I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such
No
as
one's
yourself
gonna like
to
take his
rule
arm
the
and then
world.
pretend to be him for
Yes.
10 years or anything.
Yes, sir.
That kind of thing just doesn't happen.
No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I
Wait,
understand.
what? Okay,
The surveillance will
the third
continue.
one. But then,
Yes.
what about the 5
Yes.
or the
Thank
6
you. Goodbye, Mr.
that
President.
died? Mr. President. That. I think that's probably the best code name I've ever gotten. Clear code? What the heck is a clear code? Where do I put that? Do I get to insert that somewhere? Wait, does this website exist? What is this website? I'm gonna try to go to it. Let's try to go to it right now. Let's see if I can open a web browser. I'm gonna see if I can add it here. Display capture. No, that's not what I wanted. Wanted window capture. There we go. Let's see if I can go to this website. www.konami. It's caps. KonamiJPN.com/MGSDTS. Ah. What a bummer. Seems legit. Look at this. I can develop games. Definitely not going to get any viruses if I click on those links. You got the stealth. Cool. That was fun. You got the stealth. Is there anything else? Oh, I can look at my dog tags now. Oops. Caleb T. Heil. Kevin Gordon. Oh god, is there not a fast scroll? this menu is awful. Meryl. She was never born and has no blood. Alright, well that was not that interesting. It's not even like pictures. Photo album. Did I take any photos? No. Boss survival. So, you can just do like a boss rush. Previous operation. Oh, wait! Oh. I was like, do they have the games in here? Demo theater. What is demo theater? This is the whole... What is this? This is all the cutscenes? It's just...
This is...
Oh god. I'm just gonna watch the whole... How do I get out of it? Oh god. Well, I guess we just have to watch the whole game again. Wait, I literally don't know how to escape this.
It's Snake. I'm in
I
front
think I just have to turn off the GameCube. They literally just let you watch the entire thing?
behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea.
I don't think there's any
But it
way to
looks like-
escape this. It's like once you start it, you're just like stuck in it forever.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to...
Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't think there was really anything else to do anyway. Oh, don't look at that. I was playing on a real GameCube, everybody. Yeah. Cool, that was fun. Yeah, I super enjoyed that. It was hilarious and just good all around. It was fun. It was definitely easy compared to the original. I think part of that is just because of the control system. But yeah, I don't know when I'll be streaming next because I want to start Ghost Babel, but I still also want to do Claire's campaign in RE2. It kind of depends on what time I have. But yeah, thanks everybody. I hope you had a good time. Look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy everybody being crazy about Metal Gear because I'm enjoying it. And hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.